Yeah. Okay, we'll start off with the question itself. So just can everyone see the screen there, just so not in the way? Pretty much we started off just by starting off the way we would draw in the question itself. We're going to start off by just drawing in the plan view of the base. So just with the dimensions there, can people just remember there, that's 10 metres, 18 metres and 20, or sorry, is it 28? Well, for convenience sake, we're going to make this in 28. Just for handy's sake. Alright, no, we can draw on the whole thing. Okay, so 10 metres and 18 metres. Okay, so start by going into SolidWorks, open up a new file, and we're going to go into a part file. So part file is over on this screen here. So click part file, click OK. The best thing when it comes to drawing in the hyper is that sometimes it'll be up off the ground, sometimes it'll be on the ground. If you draw in the plan view and then you can draw in the wireframe or the edges for it, that's probably the easiest thing to do. So we're going to just draw the original plan of the object, then we're going to use 3D sketch to draw in the kind of the edges around it. We may not be doing anything at all now if that's snows. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. Here's a new sheet. I'm just going to start off by drawing on the top plane, and I'm going to open up a sketch. So our sketch is over here, and I'm just going to draw in the basic profile. So I'm going to start off with my circle and just draw them in there like that. The size of the circle was diameter 28. Diameter 28. So, and then I'm just going to draw in the basic outline of the shape itself. So, select line, go in here, like that. Just like that. Like same thing how it applies. Like because this piece here is symmetrical, you can use if you click on the point, Control and click on the point down below here. You can make the two of them vertical to each other. So if I move one, the other one will move as well. The dimension then for that was 10, wasn't it? From the here to here. 10. Enter. And this guy here takes care of himself. So that's just the general sketch that we're starting off with. I'm going to click OK to that. Over here. I don't know why that's going black now again. This is not what you want. So that's just our sketch on the bottom plane like that. To draw in the actual 3D shape, you go back up here to sketch. And like sketch is when you know what surface you're sketching on. If you see the little drop down menu here, you have the options for 3D sketch. Now 3D sketch is awful handy. Like if you had an irregular curve or an irregular shape and you just wanted to draw a line on that surface, you can click 3D sketch. Like say you had a cylinder and you wanted to draw a kind of a helix going around the cylinder, you could actually, or even any irregular shape on that cylinder, you can just click the surface, say 3D spline, and it will draw. It'll allow you to draw whatever you want on that 3D shape. So I'm going to click 3D sketch. I'm going to go and I'm going to just roughly draw in the shape that I'm after here. So I'm just going to draw my 4 lines, and like you can see, I'm not on any plane. As I zoom it around, you can see I'm nowhere in particular really at the moment. And like I can go and I can twist that or move that any which way I want. So like that's moving out to the left. So you've got a totally 3D shape. The beauty about the likes of your 3D spline is that if I select this guy here, and if I control and select this guy here, I can still put in a constraint. So here we have along the x-axis, along the y, which is straight above. So if I want that point to be straight above, see the way, there he is, he's fixed straight above. So I'm going to do that with each of my points. This point over here is going to control and select this point here, make them along the y-axis, straight above. This guy here is going to go straight above here. This guy here is going to go straight above along here like that. Now the beauty about the likes of each of my points here as well is that if I select any given point, you see the way over here along the side I have a window appearing with the likes of my coordinates. I have X, Y and Z. So no more than, you know, we have in, up and down. So in the questions we could be given the coordinates. You can literally just work them in here. So if I work the height for each of my components, for each of my pieces, we know that point A is 12, B and D are on the ground, and C is total of, what was it, 26. So 12 and 26 is what I have to remember. So this guy here is 12. So he's 12 off the ground. So I'm going to type in 12. And that fixes him at 12. My point here is on the ground, so he's going to be on this point here. Not coincident. Same thing applies this guy here. It's going to be coincident with this. And we said this guy here was a height of 26. Height of 26. That's a height of 26. Sorry, pardon me. That's the y. It's 26 to the y. Okay. So there, each of my things like that. I could put in dimensions and I could turn that to black to make it defined. But if you have that and you know you don't want them to move them, you can just select all the points themselves, and the little anchor down here is fixed. It means fully define it. So they're locked in place. They can't move. They all turn black. So that's my sketch fully defined. So when I exit out of that, I have my 3D sketch here with my profile like that. To create the shape then is as simple as going to your surfaces toolbar here, and I have my surfaces toolbar here set as standard. I'm just going to get rid of that. If you want to open up the surfaces toolbar, you can right click and you can go down here to surfaces, or you can go into insert and you can go to features. Is it features? Surface, sorry, pardon me. Insert surface, and what I'm going to do here is fill. Fill basically, as you'd imagine, fills in the space between something that's closed. So we have 4 closed surfaces, 4 closed lines. So fill will, as it would imagine, is going to fill those in. So where does the letter tick away? It's probably, it might, let's say, because I'm running Camtasia here and the likes of SolidWorks, it will take a while. So that's my shape there. You can see the way it gives you your straight edges like that. It's taking it as being linear. That's the computer letting you know that it's not just taking a random shape. So if I click OK, that's my surface like that. What I want to do next then is I want to draw in.
Thomas, can you run through that again, please?
There's just the fill part.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll delete it from over here. Delete it from over here. Oh, sorry. So I have my sketch like that, so I can just select the sketch to start with, go up to insert, and then go down to surface, and then it's surface fill is the guy we're after. So surface fill like that. Click OK, and that's my surface created. Now what I want to do is I want to draw the individual lines. I want SolidWorks to draw the generator lines for it. A little tip: when I go to use this kind of feature that I'm going to use, it will draw in all the lines, but they'll all be individual sketches down along the bottom here. So I'll end up with, like, say I wanted 6 generators. 6 generators go in one direction, 6 generators go in the opposite direction, you'll end up with 12 sketches down here, which is a bit of a pain. It'd be lovely if they were all in the one sketch. So a handy little way to create that is if you open up a sketch, a 3D sketch. So if I open up a 3D sketch first of all before I start this, when it saves them all in the one sketch. So 3D sketch, you can see we're in sketch mode because we have our little tick over here. And I go back up to, I think it's tools now, and I scroll down to sketch tools. So sketch tools is the guy, so up into tools, sketch tools, and we have what's known as a face curve. Face curve is literally like your profile, or that, you mean. So face curve, if I select that, I select the surface, this guy here, you can see there's my generators. Let's say I wanted 6 of them, 6 going in one direction, 6 going in the other direction. Click OK, and you can see there they are as legitimate sketches. So if I click out of that, there's my hyper drawn in like that. Handy thing about that is that when I roll back, you can see, turn the back time, they disappear. You know, so I can actually talk through the question if you were using it, say, as a kind of a model for a class. The next thing I want to do is I want to go and I want to create this outer circle here. I want to create the boundary circle and I want to extend on the original shape. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to select, I'm hoping that will do it now. In fact, I might just go into that sketch first of all, just edit sketch. And I'm just going to make sure that these 4 lines here are just all construction lines. So that I have nothing but the for construction. So I have nothing but the circle. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to select this guy here. I'm going to go back into my surfaces, insert, surface, and I'm just going to extrude. Now I don't know if I'm just going to be extruding in the one direction or not. Well, I do, but we're going to just go mid-plane. So we're going to go half up, half below. I'm not really concerned about how far up or how far below I go at the moment. So I'm going to click OK. There's my surface like that. If I right click on it, I can change the transparency of it, just so that it's see-through, so I'm able to see through it rather than kind of having it blocking what I want to see. So there's my surface like so. Back to my original surface here. I'm going to select the original surface. I'm going to go up again into my insert surface menu, and you can have the option here to extend. So literally that's exactly what we were doing. We were taking the lines, we were extending them on. This is exactly what we're doing here. So extend. So we've already selected the surface face we want to extend. Up onto a surface is our option here, so I can select that, and you can see there it is extended on like so. Click OK, and there's my little Pringle there like that. So that's awfully handy. Like, I mean, it's done very quick, very smoothly. I can select this guy here, and I can just, if I just left click on him and just go to the little glasses there, I can hide that, so I'm left only with my object itself. So same thing applies in the opposite way. Like if you wanted to trim him down, you can just draw your surface coming up through the piece. Only it could be a smaller circle, and instead of going to extend, you go to trim, and it will just cut away and remove the portion of it. That is your guide. That, I mean, you know yourselves, you can change the colour of it afterwards. I mean, because it's a surface extend here, I mean, when we scroll back, there's our original surface. You know, we can go back through it, so without our elements. So literally, when you're looking on your plan view, it's very nice to just talk through the exercise, you know, as you'd see it there. So, you know, this is what we're starting off with. How are we going to draw this? Okay, we're going to draw the elevation. We're trying to get this curve here. How are we going to do that? And little by little, you can build up the question. Is there any kind of questions in it?
You hide the line then when you're finished.
These guys. These guys here?
Yeah.
You can, of course, yeah. You can hide anything at any stage. If you go over here and right click and just hit the glasses, it'll hide them like that. So right click again, hit the glasses again, and it'll bring them back. You can also change the colour of them, because obviously enough grey, they don't look great there like that. You can change the colour of them by, is it sketch colour? That would sound right. Yeah. So that'll be your sketch colour like that.
When it didn't extend
Yeah.
Can you extend them?
You can. Actually, a very clever way to do that would be, it won't automatically extend it, but if you go back up to sketch, and, 3D sketch, say you took a line from this point here, right? I want that line to come out, I want him to be what's known as collinear. Collinear means just an extension, right? At the same angle as this original guy here. I can select this guy here. I can select control and select this guy here. And tangent. No, not tangent. Just want to leave that there just for a second. Sorry. No. Get out of that. Open up 3D sketch. Select the point. I'm going to select the line. I'm going to select the line. Tangent's the options given me. No, actually, tangent seems to be, maybe it's just a newer version. It used to be collinear, but you can see that's parallel to that in every direction. I can just take this guy in. I can just make him coincident with the rim here. So if I select the rim, like that, and because I can do all that within the one sketch. I could say a nice little example would be, you could have it if you were thinking about teaching. I could save this guy here. And when I'd roll back, he'd be gone like that, so I could roll forward. There'd be my first example taken there. I could have him, change him a different colour there, blue. And then I could have all the other examples in just the one sketch. So I could roll forward and then they would all appear. So you don't have to you can go through it line by line by line if you want, open up a new sketch for every single extension, or you could have them all in the one extension, whichever way you want to teach it. But that would be a way to go there. Okay, so I'm going to hit F10 there.